Hey guys, I just want to take this opportunity to talk about my Vipassana experience. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get to do the full 10-day Vipassana due to a lockdown that pulled us out of the Vipassana only 2.5 days in. Now, that I want to say alone was enough for me to experience a taste of what it is about. And what I can share with you is basically that it puts you in this place of serenity, acceptance. It allows you to reflect like you've never reflected before. I find often in life, and this experience, what it's taught me is that it really allows you the opportunity to slow down. We are so busy and we are so chaotic, constantly going from thing to thing, thought to thought, and we're always on the go, right? What Vipassana does is it allows you to focus on your breath. The first 3 days are about the breath. And essentially, if you can just sit with yourself and meditate and focus on your breath, you would be blown away by what comes out. It's going to be different for everybody, obviously. Personally, I've had my issues in the past. Like most people, I've had my fair share of difficulties in life, but I have been fortunate enough not to have had any physical trauma or emotional trauma. Nothing severe. I've had minor stuff compared to the whole, compared to some others. But I want to say that it gives you this opportunity to be at peace with yourself. It gives you this opportunity to feel humbled and to serve and to it's in a community where my experience gave me the opportunity to really be immersed in a group of people that were respectful of each other, that were giving, that were just there to grow and evolve and to have their experience. And there was just so much love and there was just so much acceptance, and it just put me at peace. You know, even 2.5 days, what that basically did for me, it uncovered a lot of stuff from the past, which we don't give ourselves the opportunity to because we don't reflect enough. I mean, I personally meditate 30 to 40 minutes a day, maybe 3 to 4 days a week. That's all my time allows right now. But this meditating that I did 10 hours a day, and that sounds extreme, and it is painful physically for the body to get used to, but you do get used to it and it does get easier. So I don't want you to think that, oh no, you know, this is like gonna be hell, because yeah, it could be. But if you get into the right mindset and you become ready for this journey, it will uncover a side of yourself you never knew. I felt like I was basically flicking through a photo album, of my life, just jumping from side to side, various memories that go back decades and years, and so many thoughts. And it just shows you what the mind is able to do when left to its own device. But when you actually sit there and observe your mind and you meditate and you notice when the thoughts grab you, because essentially the first 3 days are just about the breath. You know, in Vipassana, you'll focus on this area only. Here, this triangular area from the nose, top of the nose, down to the above the upper lip. And all you're doing while you're meditating is focusing on the breath, the sensations you feel, the breath you feel in that area. And what that does is remarkable. So I can't talk about what happens past that. I can only talk about what happens during that time. And for me, it was mind-blowing because it allowed me to process so much. It allowed me to process so much. It's healing, guys, it's healing. One of the biggest problems in our world is that there are countless, hundreds of thousands of millions of people out there that are unhealed, that have trauma, that have been through much worse than me, that carry it. And what they do is they push it onto other people. They push it onto people that unknowingly, unwillingly accept it as their personal problem. And so the meditation that we do at Vipassana allows us to reflect on a lot of the thoughts and the pain and the struggles and the difficulties, anything that has happened in your life that you haven't necessarily given yourself the opportunity to experience will likely come up for you. And for a lot of you that can sound really painful, and I understand. It definitely could be, but we only heal when we face pain, when we take the opportunity to observe our actions, to realize with real eyes. This one, the third eye. What is right, what is wrong, what we need to hold on to, what we need to let go of. There's a lot of letting go that I would imagine would take place during an experience like this. And again, I can only speak for 2.5 days, which is like less than, a third of the time you're there, like a quarter somewhat. But I'm really, really looking forward to being able to do a full 10 days, because that, I feel, for me, will be life-changing. Not only in the sense of freeing the mind, but becoming a better person, becoming more intuitive, becoming more psychic. There's no greater sense of peace. Those 2.5 days I experienced, the amount of peace and joy and love, acceptance. I mean, there was a plethora of emotions. There was, pain, and there was for me, some frustration and some other things that came up, but so much good stuff, and so much more good stuff to focus on than the negative. And it's worth the pain. It's worth the suffering. It's not that bad. I don't want to make it out to be like you're in a jail cell, because it's not like that. You're immersed in this, there's Vipassana centers all over the world, but they're designed to be peaceful. We were lucky enough that there was kangaroos hopping around, jumping around in front of my room when I wake up in the morning, and they're not even afraid of you. You literally walk up about 1 meter away from them, and they're just munching their grass, looking at you. There's a sense of peace there. It's a beautiful place. There's lots of trees. It's very tranquil. It's quiet. You're in the middle of nowhere. There's no distractions. There's no phones. There's no talking. That's the other thing, guys, I didn't mention. For those of you that don't know, it's when you do Vipassana, you take on noble silence, which means no talking for the whole event, for the majority of 10 days. There's opportunities for an hour a day for 5 minutes to talk to the teacher if you have any issues that you're having or that you're facing with your practice. But apart from that, you do not make eye contact with, the 30 or so other people that you meditate alongside. You respect their space, and you don't talk, and you don't give gestures. It's noble silence, and that uncovers so much. It uncovers so much. And it can be so healing. And I believe that the full 10 days would have, this is the sort of thing, the sort of practice that can just catapult your healing. So I honestly believe no matter who you are, no matter whether you're Jesus Christ or whether you're the devil or somewhere in between, metaphorically speaking, of course, whoever you are, you will benefit from a Vipassana. And I do strongly encourage everybody to take that path and to give it a try and to commit to it, so that you can see, if you give it a fair trial, what it can do for your life. And now I'm not somebody that pushes things onto other people, and I certainly am not here saying you have to do it, but I am saying that you would benefit greatly from this experience, and it would heal a lot of aspects of yourself that you potentially are not even aware of. You'll be a better person, you'll be a better partner, you'll be a better brother, sister, husband, wife, teacher, whatever you are, whoever you are, doesn't matter. It will improve your life, and it will help you work through any struggles that you have. I believe that if meditation was mandatory, or even at least doing one Vipassana in your life, rather than military service, that sort of thing, if that was mandatory, I got my hands up, and I feel like it would be something that would change the world. We would treat each other differently. It would be a different world. It's incredible. It's incredible what this experience can do. So I invite you to do some research, take a look at it. The organization I used was called Dharma Rasmi. This was at a place called Pomona on the Sunshine Coast in southeast Queensland, Australia. And they have centers all over the world. I'll leave a description below for you guys to look at, but it was incredible. I have no words. It's incredibly healing. It's an incredible tool, and it's free, guys. I mean, it's donation based, and that's how they survive. That's how they live. So I certainly wouldn't be going there thinking that you don't need to pay, but they only accept a donation once you've completed the 10 days. I offered to pay for the 2.5 days, but they wouldn't let me do it. I said, no, you have to complete a course. That's the rule, which is beautiful. So I'll take that into consideration when I finish my 10 days, and I'll pay for 13. But I guess what I'm saying is the whole thing's built on donations, and so it's just such a beautiful, loving environment that they've created, an opportunity to give anybody from all walks of life a chance to transcend the mind, transcend the body, and find inner peace for yourself first and foremost, and then for others. It's a beautiful experience. So have a good day.